The first chapter is motion. Okay, the first topic is rest. To understand the motion, first we have to understand what is rest. A body is said to be in rest if it does not change its position with respect to its surrounding and time. That is, if we are saying that we are at rest, so we are not completely at rest, because we know that okay, with respect to our surroundings we are at rest, but if a person or anything which is present at other planet, so since earth is revolving around the sun, or with the earth we are also revolving around the sun, so we are in motion with respect to the person present on some other planet or the moon. So rest, how can we define that person is? So anything is not completely at rest. So how can we define the rest, the condition of rest? So body is said to be in rest if it does not change its position with respect to its surroundings. So with respect to its surroundings, like consider a person is sitting in a bus. So the person next to that person, with the respect to that person, the other person, we are at rest. But the person standing outside the bus, if that person looks at us, so we are in motion with respect to that person. So when we are not changing our position with respect to our surrounding and time, then it is said that we are at rest, or the body is said to be at rest. Now the next is motion. A body is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surrounding and time. With respect to surrounding and time, if the position of body changes, then it is at motion. Now the next topic is physical quantity. Any physical property that can be measured or quantified, or in simple words, any quantities which we can measure, like force, pressure, time, mass, length, that quantity which can be measured is called physical quantity. There are types of physical quantities, or two types of physical quantity. First is scalar quantity. The physical quantity which have only magnitude. That is, it is regardless of direction. It does not have direction. It only depends on the magnitude. Like time. We said that the time is 4 seconds or 5 seconds or 2 hours, 3 hours. Distance, we measure distance as 4 meter, 10 meter, 20 kilometer. So there is no direction. Only magnitude is there. So that quantity which only have magnitude is called scalar quantity. Okay, next type of physical quantity is vector quantity. A physical quantity which is described completely by its magnitude as well as direction. That means it depends on both magnitude and direction. That type of quantity is called, that type of physical quantity is called vector quantity. Like consider if we are saying that a person is moving 4 meter towards north. If we include the direction, if we are saying just the person is moving 4 meter, then it is a scalar quantity. But if we include the direction, that a person is moving 4 meter in the north direction, then it is a vector quantity, because we have included the direction in this. So some examples of vector quantities are force, displacement, velocity. Okay, these are some new terms, displacement and velocity, that we'll do afterwards in this chapter only. Okay, one important note, there is one important note. Vector quantities do not obey normal algebraic operations. Like if we are saying that the total distance, if we want to find out the total distance, then we add up all the distances, just 4 meter, 3 meter, 6 meter. We add up all the distances. But vector quantities, we do not apply the normal algebraic operations on vector quantities. There are some other methods to operate vectors. Okay, next is unit. Next topic is unit. The standard measure of a physical quantity is called unit. For an example, we used to say that 4 seconds. Time. For the time, we used to say 4 seconds. So second is the unit of time. That means in which thing we are expressing the physical quantity. How we are expressing the physical quantity. For time, we express it in seconds. Mass is expressed in kilogram. Length is expressed in meter. So that expressing thing, that in which thing we are expressing that physical quantity, that is called a unit. So there are different system of units. Now we're going to discuss the different system of units. System of units. CGS, system of unit. Now these are three fundamental quantities: length, mass and time. These are three physical fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities, that means they are independent of any other quantities. There are two types of quantities: fundamental and derived quantities. Like length, mass and time, these are independent quantities. They does not depend on any other quantity. So these are called fundamental quantities. But those quantities which are depend on other quantity, like speed. Now speed, we are saying distance upon time. So it depends on those two quantities, that is length upon time, is called speed. So that is called a derived quantity. So that quantity which depends on other quantity is derived, and which is independent of other quantity is fundamental quantity. So these three are length, mass and time are fundamental quantities. So the units described for these quantities, like the first system of unit is CGS, system of units. C means centimeter, G is gram and S is second. If length is measured in centimeter, mass in gram and time in second, then it is called CGS, system of units. Next is MKS. Length in meter, mass in kilogram and time in seconds. Next system of unit is FPS. That is length is measured in foot, mass in pound and time in seconds. The fourth system which is frequently used, that is SI, system of units. SI means system internationally, and this is the modified form of MKS system. For length it is meter, mass it is kilogram and time it is second. The difference between MKS and SI is that in MKS there are only units for these three fundamental quantities, that is length, mass and time. But in SI units there are 9 fundamental quantities, but just now we only require these three fundamental quantities, that is length, mass and time.